District, downtown San Jose office incentives, and no land use. Is there any members of the public wish to speak on this?
No public comment.
Okay. Is there a motion from the committee? Any discussion? If not, let's vote. Thank you. We now have an agenda for October 1st. Moving on to the consent calendar. Does anyone wish to pull any items from the consent calendar? If not, do we have anybody who wished to speak on the consent calendar?
No public comment.
Is there a motion to approve the consent?
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Let's vote. Thank you. Okay, now we have consent. That has been approved. The next item is the request for clarification from administration on proper process for managing access to the Viet Heritage Garden. Is Councilmember? He is. Councilmember Ortiz and Councilmember Torres, this is your memo. Would you like to introduce it to us?
Yes, please. Thank you so much, Madam Chair. I don't think Councilmember Torres is here. Thank you, Chair and the members of the committee, for allowing me to speak on this joint memo authored by myself and Councilmember Torres. So I wrote this memo in response to concerns I've received from the greater Vietnamese community over changes in the process of reserving use of the Viet Heritage Garden for public events such as the monthly Freedom Flag Raising Ceremony. Over the past several weeks, there's been conflict between organizations in the Vietnamese community and the city, with allegations that the flag-raising events have become politicized. In the confusion over the changes in the process, my office has had difficulty answering questions from the Vietnamese constituents in my district over who is in charge and who is managing access to the garden. Because the Viet Heritage Garden is a resource for the Vietnamese community of the entire city, we're requesting that the city manager issue an informational memo outlining in a transparent and equitable process for future San Jose residents to reserve the Viet Heritage Garden for public flag-raising events. In regards to the second memo that was introduced, I'm happy to accept both recommendations, but ask that the language is not accepted as it contains named personal attacks. And I don't think that's something as council members that we should be doing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Councilmember Ortiz. Councilmember Duan, I see you're here too. Would you like to comment on your memo?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Councilmember, for being here. We are here to address what you call a historical inequity which have occurred at the Vietnamese Heritage Garden for many years. Our goal is just to preserve and encourage the participation of all members of the community and all diversified number of organizations who wish to host a flag raising at the garden, which happen in the first Saturday of each month. And it's important to everyone, especially in the Vietnamese community as well. For years now, PNRS has lack of documentation, including application and indemnification waiver, which could open the city up for liability in the event of some type of incidents. There are process that certain group has not followed, and so therefore we want to make sure that the first Saturday of every month is now available to all, including the UVA-CNC, which stand for the United Vietnamese American Community of Northern California. And a reservation only required providing information deemed necessary by parks for record keeping and site preparation. And this process is in conformity with all other parks reservation across the city. And so I just want to make sure we be very clear. It is no one here is asking to stop the flag raising. No one here is, saying that we shouldn't have event and we shouldn't have flag raising. We're here to make sure it is equitable and open to all community. And I had a conversation with Councilmember Ortiz and Councilmember Torres, and they both agreed on that. And I think that, yes, there's some information that PNRNS or CMO can make it very clear that, one, if you are adopting a park, it doesn't give you the right and privilege to use. Two, it doesn't give you the right to duplicate a key and use it illegally without any type of permits. And that's why I just want to make sure that our constituent, to be very clear, that we are opening this up for all members of the Vietnamese community and all groups, that small or large.
Thank you. So what these two memos accomplish, if approved by rules today, is the creation of an info memo that will be then distributed to the council. Do we have, I see a lot of people in the audience, so do we have members of the public who wish to speak?
Yes, we have quite a few. As I call your names, please go ahead and make your way to the podium, and you can have a seat on the first row while waiting. When you get to the podium, please make sure to state your first name so we can mark that you've spoken. Sam Ho, first initial B, Nguyen, Tuong Huang, and Tran Nguyen.
Thank you very much. My name is Sam Ho. I live in District 9 and appreciate the opportunity to share with you what I think today. I received a notice yesterday that today would be a meeting where there's an opportunity to speak on this topic, and I'm very surprised to see that this topic is a very private, personal topic, and it's getting to the public where it's going to go to the council. I believe that it should end here and now and today, because the city already has a clear process. The form is very short to file, just your personal contact information and the event's description and the request for the date. Very simple, and that's applied to everywhere in the city, over 200 parks under PRNS. So the question for us here is that an issue happening between 2 or 3 individuals, maybe one organization, UNV, United Vietnamese American Community Organization of Northern California, against the council member. It's personal. Why do we take it to the public? Why do we take it to a city council and waste time of public dollars to talk about this topic? The process is already clear. Everybody's been using it for years. Except what I read on the stuff, I know that these organizations for 3 years, they don't have any evidence of any form, any permits, no evidence. And how did PRNS allow that to happen? What's the risk? What's the liability for the city? So we need to go back to basic and say, okay, here's the process, follow the process, and that's done. You don't have to get the council member having 2 years later harassed and put on the spot everywhere he go in the city and downgrade him and all that stuff, insult him. And now he has to step in so that he can say that we have a better process so everybody can get involved. Let's stop here. Let's not take it to the council. We have homelessness to worry about. We have safety issues to worry about, blight, economic development, affordable housing. Much more important things that the city need to hear. We cannot afford tax dollars to pay for our expensive time and be talking about stuff that's already in the book.
But before the next speaker comes up, I just want to clarify what the memo is. The memo is requesting an information memo, and all that is information about how the system, how Sam, you were just mentioning, how this gets registered with with PRNS, the details of access and use will be in this information memo. It will not come to council for a vote. This does not come to council for the information memo. This will be created by the staff, and I don't usually defer to staff at this point. I usually wait for the discussion, but Lee, would you like to talk about the review of this and whether you're able to green light it, red light it, or move it forward?
Sure. This is work that the system and the process are in place. It's work that has already happened, as well as PRNS has already started a draft of the info memo. So we don't need a workload analysis. This is a green light, and if the Rules Committee approves, we can move quickly on.
Okay, great. So in other words, it's not coming back to council. We're not voting on it. Staff will prepare it and it'll be circulated to the council, which makes it then available to the public.
That is correct.
Okay, great. Thank you. Please.
Yes, good afternoon. My name is Thuận Nguyen, and I'm a resident of San Jose for over 3 decades. The action of District 7 council member regarding the use of Viet Heritage Garden is wrong, unkind, and mistreatment of the United Vietnamese American of Northern California, an organization that had been doing the flag raising at the garden for the past 4 years. It also showed the rampant abusive use of power by D7 council member, and I urge the committee and the city council to swiftly take corrective action in this matter. First, it's not the D7 council member responsibility or authority to decide who can or cannot use the park and kick out the people who he doesn't like. It's the responsibility of the park department. Second, it's not the D7 council member responsibility to sign up and decide who can qualify to use the park. Again, it's a park department responsibility to do so. Just imagine someone sell you a house which he's not the legal owner or has the authority or power of attorney to do so. According to the current law, the transaction is the same transaction and render the entire thing null and void from the get-go. So the D7 council member action is flat out wrong, illegal, and abusive use of power, which make the whole thing invalid. Therefore, the city staff under no obligation to honor whatever the D7 council member promised to all the group. I respectfully urge the committee and city council to swiftly take corrective action in this matter to make sure the use of our park are fair and respectful for all residents. Thank you.
Calling the next batch of speakers, Long Tran, Ton, T-O-N, last name N-G-O, and Maylan Lee.
If you could all step down to the front, there's a row in the front marked reserved, so when your name is called, could you please come forward so that we can move quickly as the speakers are ready? Please, sir.
Good afternoon, the committee. Good afternoon, council member. My name is Long Tran. For the last 3 years, I've been very happy to attend the flag ceremony held by the United Vietnamese American Committee. We came there to salute the U.S. flag, the former Republic of Vietnamese flag, and that is the beautiful cultural event that the community and the city have. But in the last few weeks, from Office 7 up, Council Binh Duong, they state that from now on, the community have to apply on the monthly basis, and the most we can do that is only 1 or 2 a year. But as we know, the community only have 12 days a year, 12 weekend days among 104 weekend days. That means less than 12% of the weekend days. And the office said that somebody complained about the fairness of the schedule, but they failed to give out the name of the individual or the association who complained about that. So I think that's not right, that's unfair. And again, I think this is a beautiful cultural event that our community have contributed to the city. So I think the city should continue with that beautiful event. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Mei Lan. I'm president of VACA, Viet Arts and Culture Association, a non-profit organization was established to promote and preserve arts and culture. As a community involvement person, I attended the Vietnamese and American flag salute many times at Viet Heritage Garden, VHG, since the program was started by former council member Thống Việt. The yellow and with 3 red stripes flag is my flag, my soul, and I'm thankful for City of San Jose grant us a piece of land where we can build and introduce Vietnamese art and culture to people. For many times, I do volunteer to clean up and planting tree at VHG. I'm proud and hope that VHG someday will become one of attraction park at other parks of other ethnic groups in San Jose. I feel our community was recognized and respected, and the flag ceremony at VHG is a time for the Vietnamese get together, to unite it, and to build a beautiful park in our city. But about 2 years until recently, I see that flag ceremony of each first Saturday of the month becoming more and more politicized, where politics is more important than Viet culture, more dividing than united. Some people or organizations or government officials were welcome than the others. Thank you, Department of Parks and Recreation and City Council Bien Duan, for finding a solution to make the flag ceremony for all people, not just one group. Lastly, I urge all Vietnamese people in San Jose, please come to VHG to salute our flag each first Saturday morning of the month. And especially, I would like to invite all of you come to VHG on May 3rd, 2025 to celebrate our culture. The month of May is traditional Áo Dài month, and VACA will be...
Thank you. Next speaker. I'm calling the next batch of speakers. Again, while waiting for your turn, you can have a seat on the first row. John Cao and Kong Van Tuan.
My name is Tran Nguyen. Can I speak Vietnamese?
Yes. And can you give us a minute? We'll go ahead and switch the wordy display.
Và kính thưa quý vị, tôi là một người lính của quân lực Việt Nam Cộng Hòa. Tôi đã vượt biên và sang nước Mỹ năm 1981. Và tôi chỉ mang theo cái lá quốc kỳ Việt Nam Cộng Hòa của quê hương chúng tôi. Và cá nhân tôi cũng đã tham dự trong những cái buổi chào cờ cũng như là thượng kỳ của Hoa Kỳ và Việt Nam Cộng Hòa tại Vườn Truyền Thống Việt trong suốt 3 năm rưỡi. Thì anh em chúng tôi đã đến thượng kỳ và chào kính lá quốc kỳ Việt Nam Cộng Hòa cũng như Hoa Kỳ với tấm lòng. Thứ nhất là muốn cảm ơn Hiệp chủng quốc Hoa Kỳ đã cưu mang và giúp đỡ cộng đồng người Việt tị nạn của chúng tôi. Thứ hai, chúng tôi muốn tôn vinh cái lá quốc kỳ Việt Nam Cộng Hòa mà anh em chúng tôi đã chiến đấu và hy sinh. Đó là cái tâm nguyện cũng như là một cái ước nguyện của những người Việt tị nạn cộng sản tại Bắc California nói riêng và tại hải ngoại nói chung. Xin kính chào quý vị.
Is there a way to switch the Wordly onto our screens?
Yes, we're trying to switch that right now.
Yeah. Perfect.
Please proceed.
The one thing we wish to have continue to arrange the lễ chào quốc kỳ Hoa Kỳ và Việt Nam Cộng Hòa tại Vườn Truyền Thống Việt. Cảm ơn quý vị.
Hi everyone, my name is Phan Tuan. I would like to speak out by my language. Trước hết, tôi là một người cư dân vùng San Jose. Trong quá khứ, tôi là một người lính tiểu quân lục chiến của quân lực miền Nam Việt Nam Cộng Hòa. Hôm nay tôi đến đây để bày tỏ, thứ nhất, cái chuyện mà xảy ra trong vườn truyền thống những ngày tháng đã qua. Tôi là một cá nhân, một người lính đã tham dự từ những buổi đầu tiên từ năm 2021. Chúng tôi từng tự tổ chức từ zero cho đến ngày hôm nay. Chúng tôi đã kết hợp tất cả các đoàn thể lại. Và hiện tại cái người đại diện cho chúng tôi là anh Triệu Hà, với danh nghĩa là Chủ tịch Cộng đồng Việt Mỹ Bắc Cali, được phối hợp và sự đồng ý của 51 hội đoàn đồng ý để mà bầu cử anh ta. Tôi thiết nghĩ nơi đó chúng tôi tạo sức mạnh của người Việt gốc Mỹ để tỏ sự đoàn kết và biết ơn đất nước này. Kính thưa quý vị, mọi việc chúng tôi làm đến giờ phút này vẫn chưa có một cái mistake nào xảy ra gọi là to lớn để phải ngưng trệ. Và trong đó có những buổi chúng tôi ủng hộ cho những người ứng cử viên trẻ của người Việt Nam ra để làm trình chính. Trong đó có những nghị viên ngồi tại đây. Và chính ngày hôm đó, nếu mà có sự khó khăn giống như ngày hôm nay thì chúng tôi không có dịp để tỏ bày và ủng hộ anh ta. Tôi thiết tha và yêu cầu quý vị hãy trả lại sự bình thường và bình thường hóa cho tất cả mọi việc chúng tôi làm. Một năm có 52 tuần, một năm 365 ngày. Tại sao không chọn ngày nào để làm những việc gì các anh em đã muốn để tôn vinh lá cờ? Nhưng mà phải chọn đúng ngày 12 tuần trong năm để làm những việc đó. Tôi thiết tha quý vị, yêu cầu quý vị hãy cứu sát những cái việc đó và trả lại quyền tự do. Tôi đồng hành quý vị là tất cả đều muốn chào cờ, tất cả đều hướng về lòng chung là tôn vinh lá cờ của người Việt Nam. Và đến ngày hôm nay mà chúng tôi là những người Mỹ gốc Việt, I would like to speak out with anything I can by Vietnamese language, but tôi không thể nào nói. Xin cảm ơn quý vị.
I'd like to apologize for the Vietnamese translation. It doesn't look very accurate. I don't speak Vietnamese, but what I'm reading doesn't make sense. So I don't know if we have a translator, but I would request that any speakers coming forward, if you're able to speak English, please do so, because our electronic translator isn't picking up the language properly.
Chair, I happen to have a staff member that can translate, if you would like.
That's fine.
Thank you.
But how many, please, sir, how many more public comments do we have?
For Vietnamese speakers, it looks like we have 2 more Vietnamese speakers, Kathy Nguyen and Mary Dow.
And how many total speakers do we have?
We have about 7 more.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, calling
Can you
Kathy
call
Dow, Kathy Nguyen and Mary Dow.
Tôi xin được nói tiếng Việt. Tôi là Kathy Nguyễn. Xin kính chào quý vị. Tất cả những gì mà trong lòng tôi muốn nói thì anh Thuận Đoàn đã nói ra. Do đó tôi chỉ xin có một chút là cảm nghĩ của tôi. Trước khi anh Biên Đoàn là nghị viên của khu vực 7, và tôi nghĩ anh là một người sẽ làm tốt cho cộng đồng Việt Nam vì anh là người Việt. Anh là một lính cứu hỏa và anh là người trẻ, thì anh có đủ sức lực và tài lực để làm tốt cho cộng đồng Việt Nam. Nhưng
Pardon me, what you're saying is really important, but I can't understand you. Can you please approach? Can you please approach and speak and alternate back and forth so you get the sense what she, so you can translate as she's speaking.
Nhưng mà sau khi anh đã là nghị viên rồi thì mọi việc lúc đầu thì ok, rất là tốt, tôi vẫn ủng hộ. Nhưng từ lúc có chuyện mà cái khu truyền thống thì có vấn đề xảy ra.
I have always been a supporter of Councilmember Bien Doan. I believe in him because he's a former fire captain. I supported him, but ever since there's an issue with the VHG.
Dạ, với tư cách là một nghị viên của một khu vực, thì anh có rất nhiều công việc để làm để phục vụ cho cộng đồng. Không cớ gì mà anh lại vì một cái chuyện mà muốn nắm một cái chìa khóa, anh đổi đi chìa khóa, trong khi 3 năm nay cộng đồng Việt Nam đã có một ngày đầu tháng thứ 7 để chào cờ.
So he has a lot of work to do, I'm sure. There shouldn't be any reason why he changed the key. He wants to hold the key to the VHG. When for years we've been having the flag raising monthly.
Yeah. Và bây giờ anh muốn giống như là cộng đồng phải muốn làm bất cứ một ngày chào cờ nào là phải theo anh. Cho dù ngày thứ 7, ví dụ như thí dụ ngày thứ 7 đó mà trong cái công viên, bây giờ nói là công viên chung, không phải riêng cá nhân của Việt Nam không, thì của cộng đồng thì chung, thì cái sắp xếp đó do cái phạt. Chẳng hạn như một cái tổ chức nào
Okay, I was just telling her to make it short so that I can correctly translate. So for years, they've been doing the flag raising. Why is he changing the process? It should be PRNS, it should be up to PART to make that decision.
Thì do cái phạt người ta sắp xếp, ví dụ cộng đồng nào muốn dùng cái địa điểm đó để tổ chức thì phạt người ta sắp xếp, thì người ta sẽ biết để trừ ra cái ngày truyền thống chào cờ Việt Nam Cộng Hòa là ngày thứ 7 đầu tháng đã 3 năm nay rồi, thì người ta biết để người ta loại trừ cái ngày đó ra.
So PART should be able to make the decision, and PART should be able to reserve that Saturday for their group to do the flag raising.
Bây giờ anh biên đoàn, anh muốn control cái việc đó, thì có một cái tổ chức nào họ muốn phá đi cái ngày chào cờ truyền thống của Việt Nam Cộng Hòa chúng ta, của cộng đồng chúng ta, thì anh ta sắp cái cộng đồng nào đó vô cái ngày đó, thì đó là gây ra một sự tranh chấp.
Okay, so now Bien Dan want to control it, and what if there's another organization who want to destroy the tradition of the flag raising and want to sign up, then he's destroying the flag raising.
Their time is up. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Again, the names Mary and Kathy and Van.
Kính chào quý vị. Tôi là Mary Nguyễn. Tôi định cư tại đây. Tôi cũng là một quân nhân quân lực Việt Nam Cộng Hòa. Đã ở tù 3 năm và vượt biên đến đây cũng gần 50 năm. Chúng tôi sinh hoạt trong cộng đồng này và chúng tôi là người tị nạn, cho nên tụi tôi có mang một cái hình ảnh, đó là lá cờ vàng 3 sọc đỏ của chúng tôi. Đó là cái linh hồn của chúng tôi còn sống tại cái nước Mỹ này. Cho nên lúc nào chúng tôi cũng trân trọng và kính nể những cái lá cờ, lúc nào chúng tôi cũng phải nhớ đó là cái linh hồn của chúng tôi khi chúng tôi còn sống tại đây. Trong thời gian qua, chúng tôi đã sinh hoạt gắn bó bao nhiêu năm nay, chưa có việc gì xảy ra tồi tệ như những tháng vừa rồi. Chẳng hạn như cái vườn truyền thống, tất cả mọi sắc dân đều có một cái danh xưng. Chẳng hạn như vườn Nhật, vườn này vườn nọ của mỗi nước. Chúng tôi được một cái danh xưng vườn truyền thống Việt. Chúng tôi rất là vinh dự và nhận đó là một cái chỗ để cho chúng tôi vinh danh cái lá cờ vàng của chúng tôi. Nhưng ngược lại, cho tôi xin có 2 câu hỏi. Vườn truyền thống thuộc sở hữu của San Jose chứ không phải thuộc khu vực 7. Câu thứ hai, mỗi tháng có 4 ngày cuối tuần. Tại sao lại chọn cái ngày thứ Bảy đầu tháng mà cộng đồng Việt Nam đã làm trong những năm qua? Thời gian mà biên đoàn khu vực 7 đã lên nắm chính quyền khu vực 7 đã làm xáo trộn cộng đồng của chúng tôi.
Thank you.
Chúng
Your
tôi
time
rất
is...
là đau lòng.
Ma'am, thank you. Your time is up. Would you please translate?
Again, she said, my name is Mary Nguyen, and as a refugee, I honor the freedom flags, and we are very honored to have the monthly flag raising at the VHG for years, but the past several months, it's been horrible for us, and we want... It's been horrible for us, and we want to ask two questions. Number one, why there's 4 Saturday of the month? Why PRNS have to pick the first one? Because that's the one that we already been doing our flag raising. And number two, we are asking, is VHG belong to, does VHG belong to the city or just District 7, right?
Thank you. Your time is up. Are you finished with her translation?
Yes, that's sum up what she just said.
Thank you. Next speaker. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Your time is up. Calling the next batch, Tin, T-I-N-H, To, T-H-O, and James Campbell.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for me to come in here. I have a question here because we concerned about the Vietnamese heritage flags that has been approved by Governor of California and also by the former Mayor Chuck Reed in the year 2015. That's legally for Vietnamese community, they can raise flag with American flags in the community. If we change, we need to renew that resolution in the year 2015. We need to keep it going, give to the Vietnamese the right to do it. Second, the Vietnamese Heritage Garden is under control by the park manager or under control by the city hall here. We need to know because we pay the tax for park management and the city hall. Both of you control the Vietnamese Heritage Garden, right? So if we need to separate it because we don't want to be controlled under dictatorship. That's my idea. Thank you.
Next speaker.
I'm writing today to express my deep disappointment with the city and its handling of community engagement, particularly regarding the involvement of disadvantaged communities in environmental planning. Over the past year, I have made concerted efforts to engage with the city and relevant departments specifically to understand how the environmental planning is going within the departments and the community change grant that impacts marginalized populations. Despite my persistent outreach and inquiries, I have yet to receive meaningful responses, leaving me with significant concerns about the transparency and inclusivity of these processes from the very beginning. I raised questions about how the city and the EPA plan to ensure that vulnerable and disadvantaged communities are not only considered...
I'm sorry, we're discussing an item regarding the info memo that the council members have presented to us. We're not on open forum yet.
I'm on 6.1.
6.1?
6, yeah.
6.1, we don't have a 6.1.
Are you talking about...
Are you talking about an agenda item for next week?
No, I mean,
Or the one yesterday, 6.1? 6.1 yesterday. I'm so sorry. Could you please read the names of the speakers?
The next batch, Diem, D-I-E-M, and I cannot read the name, but T-H-N-A-M. Again, Diem, D-I-E-M, and T-H-N-A-M.
If you hear your names, if you put a card in, please come forward and sit in the front row that is reserved for speakers.
Can you translate that, please?
Phía dưới này à.
Whoever is put in a card, please come and stand forward on the steps right here. And if you could, move down because the speakers are supposed to sit in this front row. They're reserved for speakers. Sir, you need to come over here and stand on the steps.
Ai đã có điền vô?
Please come forward. Anyone else who's put a card in, please come forward and stand down on the steps.
Chúng tôi xin nói bằng tiếng Việt Nam. Kính thưa quý vị, chúng tôi xin chào đón, cảm ơn tất cả quý vị thành viên của Hội đồng thành phố San Jose.
I want to thank for all of the council members and all the staff of the city of San Jose.
Hôm nay tôi đến đây để nói một chuyện liên quan đến cộng đồng Việt Nam của chúng tôi.
I want to address an issue that is related to our Vietnamese community.
Vườn Truyền Thống Việt
Vietnamese Heritage Garden
là chung cho tất cả các cư dân Việt Nam đang sinh sống tại vùng Bắc California.
It's for all of the Vietnamese community, Vietnamese American community in Northern California.
Và chúng tôi muốn được quyền có thể bất kỳ hội đoàn nào có giấy phép để hoạt động tại Bắc California đều có quyền chào cờ vào mỗi đầu tháng.
And we want all of the organizations that have the permit to operate in the Northern California to be able to use the VHG for flag raising every month.
Vì ở đó có hai lá cờ chính thức, Hoa Kỳ và Việt Nam Cộng Hòa.
Because there are two flags, the American flags and the freedom flags, Vietnam freedom flags.
Và hiện tại có tượng đài Thanks America, chiến sĩ Việt Nam Cộng Hòa và Hoa Kỳ đang đứng cạnh nhau.
Because also there's a monument called Thank You America there.
Chúng tôi đến đây hôm nay nhận được một văn thư của ông Octic là khu vực 5.
We are here because there's a memo from Councilmember Ortiz from District 5.
Tôi thân chào ông Octic, tôi là cư dân của khu vực 5.
Hello, Councilmember Ortiz. I'm a resident of District 5.
Trong lúc ông vận động, tôi đã gặp ông rất nhiều lần và tôi đã quyết định ủng hộ cho ông.
I have met you several times during your campaign and I have decided to support you.
Vì vậy, trong tương lai, nếu có những vấn đề liên quan đến khu vực 5 và cộng đồng Việt Nam chúng tôi, xin ông liên lạc với chúng tôi.
If there's in the future any issues with the District 5 and the Vietnamese community, please do not hesitate to reach out to me.
Tôi là thành viên của lực lượng sĩ quan Thủ Đức và là thành viên của Hội Truyền Thông Người Việt Bắc California.
I'm a member of the Vietnamese Media Committee and also a member of the Thủ Đức officer of former Republic of Vietnam.
Vì vậy, khi đọc văn thư của ông Ortiz, tôi rất là ngạc nhiên, tại vì tôi chưa hề được ông gọi phone để cho biết về những vấn đề liên quan đến Vườn Truyền Thống Việt.
I'm quite surprised to read your memo because you've never come to me for any consultant before writing that memo.
Và chúng tôi ủng hộ cho tất cả các hội đoàn có giấy phép hoạt động được chào cờ vào mỗi đầu tháng của Vườn Truyền Thống Việt.
I'm in support of all organizations who permitted to operate in Northern California to be able to hold flag raising at the VHG.
Chúng tôi xin chân thành cảm ơn Hội đồng thành phố, chân thành cảm ơn bức thư của ông Ortiz. Và trong tương lai, nếu có chuyện gì về cộng đồng Việt Nam chúng tôi, xin ông liên lạc với tôi. Tôi là thành viên của khu vực Nam. Cảm ơn tất cả quý vị.
I want to thank all of you, especially Councilmember Ortiz. And in the future, if you have any problems, any issue, questions, please reach out to me.
Next speaker.
My name is Baking Nguyen. Thank you for your valuable time. Contrary to what was said earlier, it's not only a matter of dollar and cents. Remember, we fought the British for the principle of open government by the people and for the people. San Jose is a city that embodies progressive ideals, values, diversity, equity, fairness, and justice. Even the dome to this building is made so the light can shine through. And that's the issue before you today. We stand here today because of an event that goes directly to the heart of those ideals. An event that implicates the very principle on which this city rests. It has been said that the process is open for access. Council in District 7 tried to open up the process in the name of openness and access. But prior to the announcement on August 26th, none. There's no application. I spoke to Marcos Fernandez myself, August 30th. No applications come before him, even on August 22nd, when the question was directed to the Chief of Staff, if anyone has applied, none, there's none. The people who attended the meeting, no one spoke up to say that I applied for the spot. Mr. Hatfield and his group spent 1 year standing outside of the gate, saluting the flag from the outside. Finally, he figured a way in. He applied for the permit and was directed to use adopt a park agreement to come. He and his wife cleaned the toilet in the garden. Every week, the city staff came, provided equipment, and came afterward and collected the garbage. Yes, the flag event was raised with ceremony.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Your time is up. Thank you. Your time is up. We've got that. Thank you.
Chief Executive Student Officer of Republic of Vietnam Armed Forces. My organization is a non-profit extension under Section 501c3. Here I am the citizen of the District 2, Jim. Today I be here because I have here some trouble in the Vietnamese community. My name, I also is a member of the Việt Heritage Garden of the Dr. Nguyễn Xuân Ngãi since 2005. And on February 14, 2016, city manager Dr. Ngãi has sent a list of the member of the board of the director here.
I am a member. Dr. Ngai is the chef, and Mr. Trương Đình Sửu, and Secretary Hồ Văn Khởi, and I, Tôn Ngô, and Mr. Bùi Hữu Vị is a member. In 5 members, 2 were died. The one now is the Dr. Ngai, me, and Vivian is alive. Before I am a member of the Việt Heritage Garden, when I do something in the Việt Heritage Garden, I must submit a permit to the park and the city. If the manager city okay, and the park okay, we can do. So now I...
Thank you. Next speaker.
Not
Thank you, your time is up.
Yeah, okay.
The last speaker card I have is Mai Tram Nguyen. If you didn't get the chance to speak, please go ahead and make a line on the left side.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
And this will be our last speaker in line here. Please proceed. Go ahead. No, you're okay.
My name is John Cao, and I'm here to support Council Member Bin Long. I think the Vietnamese Historic Garden should be for everybody to use and enjoy. Nobody should have sole control for it. I want to thank Council Member Bin Long for making the restoration process easier. Any organization and want to host the flag rising event can just fill out an easy form online. We need to support Council Member Bin Long and PRNS, and for their decision to open this park to everyone. We need equity, fairness, and a good process in place. Thank you.
Honored council members for Road Committee, my name is Vân Lê. I'm a resident of D7 and a member of community and an elected official. I want to voice my opinions on this issue of Việt Heritage Garden. The city council member Bien Duan has divided the Viet community and abused his power to condemn the Vietnamese American community of Northern California not perform the flag ceremony on first Saturday of the month as in the last 3.5 years. The United Vietnamese American of Northern California, under the leadership of President Triều Ha, has conducted the flag ceremony since 2021, and none of other Viet group expressed to organize the flag ceremony since then. I agree, any group could request to use the Việt Heritage Garden, but we have 52 weeks, which equal 104 Saturday and Sunday. Why council member office choose the first Saturday of the month to conduct the flag when United Vietnamese community already has done so many years? Is it abuse power from City Council Bien Duan and did not allow the process, transparency, and fairness to the United Vietnamese American community? If you evict a tenant out, at least you provide them at least 2 months. You should allow the group time and discuss the process, but not suddenly change the lock and change the rule of weeks. Before council member got elected, he attended many flag ceremonies at Việt Heritage Garden. The community remained peacefully and live harmony. Those people have been support you to become city council, and you never questioned about the process of the Việt Heritage Garden. And now suddenly you changed the whole process. I overheard that you want to retaliate an individual by punishing the United Vietnamese American community. So shame on you. You said that you are king of City D7. You may be king of D7, but you are not king of Vietnamese American community and overrule the power of PNS. We attend the flag ceremony and honor the American flag and South Republic Vietnam and want city to treat.
Thank you. Next
Thank
speaker.
you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mai Tram Nguyen. I have been living in San Jose for 40 years, and I'm here today as a Vietnamese, and I would like the Vietnamese Heritage Garden to be open to all. This will be give the next generation a chance to salute the Vietnam flag before 1975. And I would like to all thank you for PRNS to taking the part for this procedure to be open to all the people in the community, especially the Vietnamese community, the younger generation that need to learn and understand our culture. The one who born after 1975, they will be understand more about our culture, what our elderly people have been through. So I'm here to support Councilman Bien Duan to open for all the community member, especially the Vietnamese community. Thank you.
And this will be the final speaker.
Okay, thank you. Hi, good afternoon. My name is Ann Kong, and I'm here asking you to support the decision to give full access to the Vietnamese Heritage Garden to all the Vietnamese Americans in the San Jose, not just one particular group. We need to be fair and inclusive. Councilman Otis and Torres need to understand that the Vietnamese community is a very complex, and Councilman Bien Duan has a good understanding of what is going on. So we thank you, Councilman Bien Duan, for listening to us and help open the park to everyone. Thank you.
Back to the committee.
So concludes our public comment. I'm sorry, I closed public comment. Now I'd like to move to the committee. Is there a motion and any discussion? Go ahead. Sorry.
Thank you, Vice Chairwoman. I understand that this is a very complex situation, and I think clarity certainly benefits all of us. And in the spirit of clarity, so that everybody is on the same page, I'd like to move the memos with the intent of having an info memo done to spell out clearly what is going on and inform all of us and to be on the same page. And that's my motion.
Thank you. So we have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Then let's vote. Thank you. That has been approved, that an informational memo will be created by staff, and that will be distributed by the council. Is there any, now we're moved to open forum. These are items that are not included in the rules committee meeting today. Do we have any members?
No public comment.
Thank you. So concludes our meeting. Thank you.